Cubby blue blood flowing through our veins. Sitting in the bleachers in the rain. We've shed a million tears and drank as many old style beers out at the game. Let's go, Cubby, Son Ranto, Son Ranto, Son Ranto and the lovable losers. Son Ranto, Son Ranto, Son Ranto and the lovable losers. Son Ranto.
Hello.
Son Ranto!
I'm like, would you have a stroke?
I think I did. I forgot I was doing the show. I literally just left my fucking body.
You fucking Mitch McConnell on me.
I just Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I was in another dimension. I was thinking about something for a minute while the song was playing. I don't even know what it made me think of, and I fucking saw a squirrel. Squirrel! You know why? I didn't take my Adderall today. I'm a fucking disaster. I have no focus. And I poured myself a beer at 3. I forget the time too. I was sitting here at 2:00 your time, and I'm like, "Where are they?" And I was like, "Oh, right, it's in
So
a
you're
fucking
just
hour."
in
So
another dimension right now.
Wow, how embarrassing!
I was looking at him and I'm like, am I supposed to do it today? Like, that's not the normal way, but
I started writing something that I was thinking about, and I just forgot where I was.
had you been another 5 seconds, I was going to jump into it. But then Danny's like, hello.
The understudy needs to jump in real quick.
Wow. We were just talking about theater. Look at us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I opened a show last night and welcome to the Son Ranto Show. My name's Danny Rocket. I open shows downtown and then show up here at weird times like 3 p.m. on a Friday to talk about the Chicago Cubs, even though there's really no Cubs news. Like, there's barely any Cubs news. The best news of the week was really all about the World Baseball Classic. We talked about that, but thank you.
That is the Cubs news.
Yeah, because
how great some Cubs played in it, and you know, there was some drama at the end, and you know, a Cub fucking, it's got to feel good seeing the Cubs closer
and say his knee. You know, that's all out of the WBC too. Like, it's all Saya's knee and Palencia's arm, and the hard ass Americans. Mark DeRosa pinch hitting for Alex Bregman.
You guys are chopping at the bit. I haven't even finished the intro. Like, you guys like, oh, come on, we got to get into this.
Okay, so do the damn intro. Well, Lyle fucked it all up when he didn't know what he was doing here.
Well,
also, there is another good skit there, Danny, and who's on first? Say his knee.
Yeah,
knee.
Asney.
Yes.
So hashtag chance in the chat. You could win a Frank Chance postcard sent to you by me with a message of love and doom. This show is brought to you by our 92 paid Patreon supporters. Thank you for being Patreon ranters and Bleacher Bunchers and all that. And we are on the Bleacher Bunch Network, which is on the Fans First Sports Network. But we're especially brought to you by Blake Beard, Bernie Barron, and Brandon Olderback. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That made me feel something in my nether regions. Like, don't do that again on this show. I might have to run upstairs. And then, but of course, in the clutch shirts, Matt Kammerer's permanent paintings, and our brand new super duper sponsor, Penguin Imprints.
Yeah. I happen to be wearing an in the clutch shirt right now. This is that's my Shy Feds.
I thought it said Reds, and I was like, get the fuck off this show.
Yep. And then this is my Penguin Imprints sticker that says fuck ice, and it's got a penguin wearing a sombrero stomping on an ice cube.
I love that sticker. Speaking of like Patriots saying and Patriot Penguins who stomp on ice cubes, do you guys check out, not to derail us further, have you ever been more proud to be an American than watching Afro Man on the stand wearing an American flag? I need that suit, first of all, the American flag suit. And that song that he made.
Let's get them for the next World Baseball Classic. Let's go. Let's say where is the next one? Have they announced that yet? It's got to be out there, right?
It's in 3 years. So,
but there's probably a plan.
I'm sure they already know where it is, but If MLB style stuff, they probably just won't tell us until 3 months before.
I wouldn't mind a Cubs suit like that to wear around Wrigley. I've seen a few. This guy Richie has one. There's a few people that have Cubs suits, but anyway, I freaking love Afro Man. It's standing up for his own rights. And that song, was it Mama's Pound Cake? Or no, Lemon Pound Cake.
Lemon pound cake.
Lemon
Yeah.
Pound Cake. Dude, I was on the floor laughing. And because we grew up with Afro Man, Because I Got High.
Yeah.
That was his big song. I was gonna go to work, but I got high.
I mean, that was our fucking theme song when we
Theme
lived
song.
together in Brooklyn.
Exactly.
We just turned it on. I mean, you're like, what are you doing? I was like, I called in sick.
Yeah,
Let's go down to the little store down the street that has 3,000 cans of beans and get me a fucking couple dime bags with lots of seeds in it. Let's fucking get high.
Oh man, Afro Man does so. Kudos to him. I just want to start there because I've just been happy all day. Every time I see Afro Man in my feeds, I'm like, yes, Afro Man.
Well, and it's so
I'm
funny
inspired.
that it's so funny too when people do that to themselves. And I'm not talking about Afro Man. I'm talking about the cops pulling this. They totally Streisand the entire situation because I didn't know shit about this at all. Apparently, he's been doing this for like 3 years. But if you don't know, you don't know. Like nobody now, everyone knows, and he's hopefully, I hope Afro Man is making a few bucks off of all of this.
And I think he's brilliant. I think the suit did it.
Yeah, it did.
No, it is what helped. It's what got all the attention.
It did. I said did.
Yeah, you can't rule against the American flag. Not in my country.
No, sir.
Well, if you want to order an American flag Afro Man suit, maybe Penguin Imprints will make one for you with code Bleacher Bunch and get 20% off at penguinimprints.com. Hashtag chance in the chat. Let's talk about another hero, Danny Palencia. In the preview of the ending of the 2026 World Series, Danny Palencia on the mound crying
before he threw the last
pitch, throws the last pitch, wins the World Baseball Classic.
That is the World Series.
Yeah, I don't think I'm misspeaking when I call that the World Series. Way more the World Series, except for that there's players from all over the world playing on teams, but still, this is like the competition of the world, like the Olympics of baseball. Yeah. And Danny Palencia drops to his knees. Team Venezuela celebrations. Now they're dancing in the streets for multiple reasons. Before they were claimed to be dancing in the streets. Now they're really dancing in the streets for good reasons, like winning the World Baseball Classic.
There is poetry to it. Like Afro Man and the cop watching the split screen, as Corey said. But there is poetry in Venezuela taking down the Americans too. Listen, I hated the idea that the only way that this guy's coming into pitch is if they need a safe situation. I hate the teams are inserting themselves so much in spring training into the World Baseball Classic and putting all these limitations on them. But I get it. It's business. It's what happens. I know the same thing happens in the Winter Olympics with the hockey players and shit, but those guys are getting killed out there. I don't know. I want them to be able to play.
Well, so
can you imagine the 92 Olympics if the Bulls were like, yeah, we don't want Jordan playing more than like 5 minutes a game?
Yeah. Okay. So what you're saying is you want the Mark DeRosa situation where he actually came out and said he wanted the World Baseball Classic to happen mid-season because, and he wants it because he was upset with how he had to deal with his pitchers. He couldn't pitch them how he wanted.
I actually don't know that that's going to help him because I think there's going to be more limitations because people are going to be coming out of the break and all these guys are going to come back tired. But I do think it's smart. I think the NBA tournament that they do right now in season is interesting. It's the weird courts. I don't know. If you get into it, it's fun to watch the games because these guys step up and there's a playoff atmosphere to them. but it's not awesome, but it's in season. And I feel like fuck the All-Star game. Let's do the World Baseball Classic, take 2 weeks off in the middle of the summer. Maybe you start the season a little earlier and we play in the snow, or all the games start in the South that year and we move up. However, they got to figure it out.
Every year? How about every year they start in the South and in California
Right.
and
Well,
domes and
here's another thing. Like, it doesn't have to be mid-season. Like, most of the players in the major leagues are done playing after September 30th, right? Like, they don't play. And then there's the whole playoffs and all that. You could do it like
postseason would be smarter. Like
1 week into November, you do it. I mean, Miami, you can do it. It's a dome and it's warm. You could they start to play in the winter leagues all down there anyway. They're getting ready. Like, that would be a good time. The NPB is over, right? Like, everybody gets done, and then the Latin leagues are starting to amp up, right, for their winter leagues. It would be a really good time for all of that to happen.
I agree, but I still like the idea of midseason because the All-Star game fucking sucks.
You're fighting against football. You're fighting against college football. I think that's part of the reason.
Against
the middle,
of that bullshit.
Yeah, but the rest of the world is, and nobody's watching baseball.
Nobody's watching. Well, I think that, and it's only every 3 years too. So that's the other thing. And I would not mind seeing you take away some games and you go back to like a 156 sort of thing, or even lower. Like, you don't need all these freaking baseball games.
You have the whole world watching in the middle of the summer because it's the only thing going. When soccer has, like when they have their tournament, it's fucking amazing. It's right in the middle. There's nothing else happening except for baseball.
How does that solve the DeRosa not being able to use his pitchers thing? And if anything, it might be worse.
It might be. I don't know what's going to happen, but these guys are going to be at least in the swing of it. I don't know if it changes anything. After season sucks too because guys are hurt. Everybody's getting their surgeries. Teams aren't going to want them pitching that long because then it's like adding playoff miles to them, and they're not going to come back strong. So,
but it's all young guys who are going to go play in the rookie leagues anyway, in the winter ball, all that stuff.
Also, guess what? This is good for baseball. Look how full those fucking stadiums that nobody ever goes to were. Look how excited the world was. Look how many eyes were on it. I don't even know what, how many people were watching these games, but a lot of people I know who don't give a fuck about baseball were texting me all week about it because they know how much I love baseball. And they're like, dude, have you been watching this? I'm like, fuck yeah, I've been trying to watch every game, except they're not on fucking television.
Well, the title doubled its ratings from last time is what I read. And so that's good, right? Double.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think that would now Team America World Police was in it. And I called them that because that's what they acted like this entire tournament, I could say that word. I'm going to burn a TFC real quick though, because this made me laugh. From David Grossman said, my beautiful wife just called Mark DeRosa the Pete Hegseth of baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he was a player. I mean, Pete, I guess Hegseth was also a soldier, but we think of him as a, but now I think of him as a drunken Fox News host who just,
he was a soldier. Like I was a soldier. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I wore the uniform. I shined the boots. I also snowboarded on the weekends and got drunk a lot.
Yeah. Do you also have white supremacist tattoos like he does?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, that was
the answer was no, right?
that is a very big no.
I was afraid
he had to think about it. He was like, oh, I got that one covered up. No, we're good.
The tramp stamp. Yeah, I got rid of that. That was from jail though, so I had to survive somehow.
But in the end, I mean, obviously the commissioner hates baseball, but this is good for baseball, and I can't imagine that they'd want to stifle anything. And just because of how fucked up baseball is, I did look it up. The front runner for the next one is Miami.
Okay.
But also they don't know if it's going to be in 29 or 30. They haven't even picked a year yet.
Well,
I'm wondering if that's because of no, that's not the Olympics. The Olympics are in 2 years. So I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get it in between the Olympics and do every 4 years. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. No, it's baseball, so they're going to do something weird with the scheduling that will make no sense because that's just how it's done.
Right,
Yeah.
like opening the season in the middle of March Madness.
in the middle of March Madness in Chicago.
Yeah. Absolutely.
on March 26th. It's although the weather does seem to be improving here.
Haven't they increased the prices enough between tickets and food and beer and all the shit that finally we can say, all right, you fucking evil fucking sluts, like let's cut the season back a few games.
I would think so. I mean, what I know the players would like a few more days off during the year. 156. I mean, think of all those games that there's nobody's at in 15 stadiums at a time.
I know.
You know,
Even
April,
a stadium like Wrigley, which fills up more than most stadiums around the country. There's dead nights. There's dead days. There's shitty weather. April sucks in Wrigley. Game 2 is one of the, if you really like the team they're opening up against, great time to go to Wrigley because nobody's at Game 2 usually.
I mean, 77 games, something like that. That'd be fine at home and away.
Yeah.
That's a 154 schedule.
154. Yeah,
another comment, just because you know how much I hate the Yankees, and I think Cubs fans share that admiration of hatred. Is Aaron Judge the most clutch player in the history of baseball now? Is he the guy? Is he he's absolutely unclutch? I mean, we used to say that about A-Rod.
Well,
he had a couple moments. I know, but him in particular, like he's supposed to be like one of the biggest stars on earth. And anytime the lights start to shine a little bright, he's a little man up at the plate. He looks scared, and he's 6'7". He's probably got a cock down to his ankles. He's got everything. He's handsome. He's got fucking all the money.
He's
in the
not
world.
handsome.
I know.
You think he's handsome? He looks like freaking
He
Frankenstein.
looks like Frankenstein. I know.
Frankenstein's monster. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, but
I
think there are women out there to dig him. I don't know. I think he's probably fairly attractive to a lot of people.
280. Yeah, but that's
Terry just said, I'm rolling up my windows before Lyle gets to be thrown out of the school pickup line. I was about to go.
Yeah.
Well, I got to play his speech before that game because it might go down as one of the least triumphant speeches that has ever been given. Like to inspire people, like this would maybe inspire a squirrel to run into traffic. Like that's about the best I could say for this speech. Check this out.
Sacrificing for your family at home, you're sacrificing for your country, and you're sacrificing for the brothers in the trenches with you every single day. And that's one thing I want us to do, fellas. You know, we're down, we're beat up a little bit, man. You know, bleed into each other, man. We're gonna lay it out on the line. If we do that, we're bringing the goal home, man. I'm telling you.
Who posted that? The Red Sox? Someone who hates him?
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, that was so underwhelming. He looked like he was forced to give a speech in 7th grade on a topic that he did not prepare for, and he was just like kind of had this half smirk.
Oh, it was like my fucking book report on Super Fudge in like 3rd grade. I did not read the book. I got a B though, because I knew how to bullshit even then.
Yeah, well, you had read Tales of a 4th Grade Nothing, so you were versed on the characters.
Yeah.
But no, if Aaron Judge, this is the same Team America World Police that had like the guy who killed Bin Laden in there just a week earlier.
I was just going to share this TFC after you played that because Pointless Exercise, I think that's the DeCipio guys.
Yeah,
posted this on Blue Sky. I knew we should have splurged for a pep talk by somebody on SEAL Team 7.
I mean, it's so embarrassing. And like when you see all the different countries kind of celebrating what makes their country fun and interesting and the culture, what's our culture? Militarism?
Kind of is.
Yeah. I mean, they're not wrong.
I mean, as much as it sucks, it really
it is.
All the things they were doing kind of make sense.
What our culture is and is that we were a melting pot, and now everyone who lives here hates that fucking idea. You know, it's the famous Reagan thing. He was like, you know, you can't move to Ireland and be Irish. You can't move to Germany and be German. You cannot move to Spain and be Spain, but you can move to America and be American. And that's very much what America was. And, you know, not to get all jingo and whatever and start to tear up a little bit, but we're losing that. The very essence of what we were is gone, and you could just see it. Guys like that's faces, like he's I don't know.
Well,
it's just like he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't give a fuck, and we're such an individualistic country. Like individually, we're all supposed to just give a shit about ourselves and not care about anybody else. And
fuck you, Danny.
Empathies for weak people and all that shit. And it's just that's not any. I mean, that never makes for a strong country when you don't have people that can do things together. Like, that's the whole point of civilization. That's what civilization is. In fact, people doing things together, and all these other people want to destroy.
Well, but at least we have world-class education. But maybe we have health care for everybody, and we'd have no health problems in this country, and our infrastructure is strong and beautiful. So
yeah, it's all going great. But I did enjoy everybody kind of piling on Mark DeRosa and even Brett Taylor from Bleacher Nation, who normally does not shoot any of his bullets that he might think, just to stay above the board with and not get into, jump into the fray. But I enjoyed this after Team USA World Police lost. He tweeted out, Mark DeRosa, we'll get him tomorrow.
That's fucking brilliant. Because it could be true, because he had no idea what the rules were, and he's probably, it's best of 7, guys. We'll get out there.
we'll get it. Well, and then Team America World Police, the other problem that they had is they backdoored into the whole thing with one of the shittiest calls against when they played Dominican in the quarterfinals. Look at this terrible call.
I know. Well,
strike 3, pitch 8.
You know who's going to be umpiring the next WBC?
Elon Musk and his robots. I don't know.
Yeah.
The robots.
You know what? Look, I'm with you on this.
That wasn't going to win the game.
It was called a strike. That's not an egregious call. Everybody acts like it's this insanely bad call.
The call is terrible.
If you look number 5, if number 5 was called a strike, I might give you egregious, but 8 is not that bad. The ball is coming through, and
the shin.
But here's the thing: that's a 50-50 ball. You gotta make contact.
Not a 50-50 ball.
Michael, you saw the video. It was pretty low, but I don't think that makes.
It was a shit call. I'm not saying it was like the worst call I've ever seen. It's not,
there was nobody on. There was nobody on.
I'm agreeing.
No,
it's
there was
okay.
somebody on.
It's not the great's call. I get it. But the thing that just drives me insane about players anymore is if it's close, I'm just going to hope for a ball instead of fight this thing off. And that's close enough to try and fight off.
I don't think that's close enough.
Maybe
a little higher, I give you it, but that one was pretty egregious, I felt.
And if it was a little higher, it would have been a strike.
Well, yeah.
But you're like,
if I had a lot of money, I wouldn't be on this fucking podcast.
A little higher would have been a strike.
Yeah, exactly. And if if I was 7'2", I'd be the center for the freaking Washington Wizards.
And if your uncle had tits, he'd be your aunt. Anyway,
exactly. Yeah, and of course you did mention the other bad news about Saya going to the IL. I mean, I did go right on Twitter just to watch Cubs Nation freak out, because I have a little bit of just
Reddit was the same. It was a little more reserved, but the calls to get rid of him and trade him, and I mean,
has he gone on the IL?
Well, I don't think they have to put him on there officially, but they don't expect him to start the season
with
the team.
They are, like they always do, because this is the Cubs terrible medical staff. Right now, they're just like, well, we're going to see day to day and see if he can get ready and be ready for the first game. How about you make a fucking decision and you just say, no, he's not going to Chicago with us. He's going to stay in Arizona for an extra week and get the fucking knee right. But no, they always do this shit. They're always like, Well, maybe if we can get it's the first
why
week
make a
of
decision?
baseball. You don't fucking need him. You need him the last week. Why are you gonna try to get him to play in the first game when his knee's jacked up right now? Just let him ride the bench for a week. It doesn't fucking matter.
I mean, it doesn't matter, especially because it's in Chicago. And like, talk about all the ways you can hurt yourself when you're like playing in 45-degree weather. It is worse.
Maybe with a knee that's already fucking jacked up.
But maybe you DH him. I mean, at least get him some swings, have him in the dugout, taking a bat, because you might need him late in the game.
You need to do that in the first week of the season.
Because all the games count differently.
Yeah, every game counts, Michael. This is the thing. Fucking game one counts as much as game one. Fucking
better get in season head, my friend.
Okay, no, I agree. First game. It means just as much as the last game. But guess what? You want to win it, and you don't win it by putting a guy with a busted knee out there. We watched a couple years ago when Dansby played 12 games on a busted up knee, and they fucking sucked, and they lost, and they ended up not going to the playoffs. Like, that's the kind of dumb shit you do when you don't just let the guys get better.
No, I agree. We saw Dansby. We saw Nico with a broken hand.
Michael.
We've seen it over and over again.
Did you miss your nap today? Why so grumpy?
Oh my God, I am kind of tired.
Is Iowa on? No, that's late tonight.
This is nap time. We're literally recording during nap time. It's Friday at 3:30. It's like during nap time.
But this is the thing, Lyle. It's not like this is the first time they've ever done this. That's the problem. Is it like we see this over and over and over and over where they slow roll IL. They just act as if that would be the worst possible thing. They hate the injured list more than they hate the luxury tax. Like, that's how big a deal it is to them. And what it does is make the team worse because they have injured fucking players trying to play through injuries instead of just letting them get better and bringing up young guys to get a fucking taste of what they should be doing.
No, you can't have that. That's why Alcantara and Matt Shaw need to go to the minors and work on their toe tap. I don't know. Something very minor.
Yeah, when they have a guy that they could put on the 10-day IL just to start the season, and then you don't even have to make the decision on Alcantara. You just put him on the team.
Well, hey, I'm not a fucking owl. Stop making me say who. Who's they, Michael? Who are you blaming for this? Are you blaming the front office? Are you blaming Jed? Are you blaming ownership? Are you blaming the coaches?
All of
Are you
them, but the medical
trainers?
staff. The medical staff, I think it's the first.
Where does the buck stop? Is it Jed?
I personally think it should be the fucking medical staff. They should be more adamant about getting this shit right, and they never do it. But maybe they don't do it because Craig can't handle, he's got his 150 pre-written fucking lineups, so they got to have the guys out there.
Don't call him Craig. Don't call him Craig like you like him.
Basically,
Craigles.
The problem is, and everybody loves to do this too. They love, the player wants to play. These players are fucking stupid humans. They fucking graduate from high school. They end up going into baseball. They're in a fucking closed community. They do nothing. They don't know shit about shit. And then we're like, well, we should listen to them and let them make these fucking decisions. They don't know shit. They're like RFK Jr. out there fucking making decisions about vaccines. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Don't let children make decisions about their fucking health. If you're a parent, you take your fucking kids to the doctor and you don't let them choose.
There's Cubs medical staff with raw milk and ivermectin back there. Be like, you'll be fine. You'll be good. Get out there.
I know it's not break time yet in the show, but Michael, when we go on break, will you grab your dog, a jar of peanut butter, and a beer, and just go fucking relax for 5 minutes, please? Jesus.
Look,
so spring training.
Well. In fact, I'm going to skip segments because it seems like Seiya not going on the IL is the perfect way to get into the great fourth outfielder bench bat competition, but we do have a theme song.
Get ready. It's time for the great fourth outfielder bench bat competition. From the dugout to the warning track, these hitters are here to prove who brings the biggest Get ready. It's
Sorry.
Whoever that was that leaped 12 feet, 15 feet into the air,
Fine.
That's
Find
the
that
guy we need.
motherfucker.
that's your
the
fourth
one-
outfielder.
That's the one I want.
Michael, I just want to, between you and I, Danny's going out of order. So when he fucks everything up later and he doesn't know where we are or what we're doing, just remember he did this.
I did it. It is me. But it is true, though. We do have multiple choices to, if Seiya needs to miss some time, there's guys we could use. Matt Shaw right now he made another mistake in the outfield. The ball went right through his legs. And so, we'll see what goes on. And the Cubs they had a football score put up on them, I think by the Rangers. I want to say it was like 16-2, 16-5. Like it was bad, but Matt Shaw was part of that.
Luckily, nobody has seen a fucking single game this year, so it doesn't matter. Nobody's talking about
it.
Spring training.
I've never been so checked out, but it's 960 OPS for Matt Shaw in the spring. That's pretty good. That'll get you a speaking engagement ahead of Roger Stone next time. Like that kind of OPS. I think you might be going featured speaker at TPUSA these days. But then down the list, going down by OPS, Matt Shaw, then Kevin Alcantara at 928. And by the way, there's also a Derek Alcantara now, so get ready for that to be fun and confusing.
Get ready.
Yeah. And then there's next is Dylan Carlson at 837, and then Conforto at 635. So Conforto not having a great spring, but he's, that's more of a name. Dylan Carlson, I think, probably has a line on it. I don't know what they do with Conforto, like cut him loose, find some other team.
Yeah, I think he cut Conforto loose. I don't think they should have ever even. I mean, maybe when they don't have anybody, like you bring him in and give him a shot. But when they got Dylan Carlson, you take the whole
Dylan
for
Carlson.
No, but you take the need. You take the need for Conforto out of the picture. That's what I'm saying. And honestly, I mean, you're looking at Matt Shaw with this 960. It's spring training. It's probably, he's not going to hold this 960 going into the regular season. But they just spent all this money on Alex Bregman. What happens when Matt Shaw just out hits Bregman all fucking year?
Are you fucking insane?
Hey, it can happen. It could happen.
You guys are so fucking out of the loop on how good this guy is. Like, it blows my mind. Everybody's like, it's cool, we got Bregman, but I don't know. He's going to be the best player on that fucking team.
Mark DeRosa had
by a long shot.
Mark DeRosa pulled him from the game. Now, it is Mark DeRosa, so I know what I'm saying here. Yeah. But he pulled Bregman out.
Michael Cotton put up a
want him to face Palencia at the end of the WBC. Apparently, Bregman's not very good. Or DeRosa doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Right. Yeah, well, that's true. It's like you putting up fences.
Well, Dylan Carlson, the one thing I like about him, he is a switch hitter, although he's better from the right side of the plate. But yeah, I mean, we've got to be close. This is the only thing. Maybe a little bit of the bullpen might surprise us, but it'll just be like, who's riding the Iowa shuttle? We'll see everybody eventually. Like Luke Little got sent down, but I haven't seen too much of anything else. So I don't know anything to offer in this fourth outfielder great bench bat competition.
I think
it's a boring spring. My God,
I think it's coin flip, four-headed coin flip.
I mean, I think it's Matt Shaw just because of the defensive flexibility that he has.
Really?
And he happens to be.
Have you watched him let balls go between his legs?
He does not play outfield. Yeah.
Defensive what?
Well, they're putting him out there. I wouldn't put him out there, but apparently he can play. Well, I know he can play third. He can play short.
But we're talking
second.
Like we're talking about as the fourth outfielder. Like, does it seem like that's a good use of him?
Yeah. I guess I was just thinking as the final bench spot, just also, because you can use him a little more, wherever. But
well, he's also back
if you're talking only outfield, then Alcantara's your guy. Like I wouldn't think about Shaw if you're only concerned about outfield. Then it's Alcantara. But for me, I don't have these problems that they have. Like where they're worried about all their fucking money and this and that. I'm just looking at like what would make the team actually better and win more games.
Right.
And I think it's pretty clear that you just
like,
go there.
Michael, that's like 5th on the list.
Yeah, exactly. It's so far down the list, it doesn't fucking matter.
I mean, the thing that you're carrying 3 catchers because you got Amaya, Ballesteros, and Carson Kelly. And then you also have Bregman, Bush, Horner, and Swanson with Matt Shaw as your backup. That gives you 8. So you really do have room for 5 more people. So you can carry
all of them.
You could carry more. Like you could carry PCA, Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki, and then Alcantara and Carlson if you wanted to, or you could do that. It's only one of them's really on the bubble at this point, I think, right? Am I counting this wrong? I think I'm counting this correctly. Who else would make the team?
No, I think that's right, because the other spots are just all pitchers and they can carry like one extra pitcher.
The point is they need to play, and you just can't. I mean, Justin Dean was sent down, so
that's why a lot of teams bring in late career veterans in those roles because they don't necessarily want to play and they know how to keep themselves ready. And it sucks to keep the young guys like that because they just don't develop and they just don't become good baseball players. So
you need Shaw to play.
So that is, Michael, a lot of the reason why they do that to some guys.
And I do get that.
They're not good at it. I'm not defending.
No, but you are both correct. You don't want them sitting on the bench doing nothing. And unfortunately, this fucking front office and management team and all these people do not fucking understand that. They don't know how to actually use. You know what? I'm just going to start calling the Cubs management the head coach of Siena. No fucking idea how to put a sub into the game. Just play the same guys, 162, fucking just don't do anything else. Like, it's ridiculous.
Michael, I don't want to get too much into
guys in.
I don't want to get too much into college basketball, but there's not one guy that started on Siena that would have even been on the bench for Duke. And those 5 guys were given everything they had. Their 6th guy was not man enough to be out there on the court, and that was the fucking problem. They were so overmatched. That's like the 212th ranked team in college basketball. I don't even know how they made the fucking tournament. It's because they were, they won their division game or whatever, or their conference game.
I get it. Eli looked them up, and apparently the only guys that they had that were even available were just 2 freshmen. But here's the thing. At some point,
could have won that fucking thing.
At some point, you got to put the freshmen in to give these guys a little break. Or how about this? Just fucking call a timeout, Siena. Fuck, they went home with 2 timeouts.
I know. Those
guys played the entire 40 minutes, and they had 2 timeouts. They could have just given the guys a little break, and the coach didn't do it. Like, what?
I think just for fun, Duke went like 11 deep. Just so they could run.
Yeah. I would have started with the 2 freshmen on the court at the start of the second half and just give 2 guys a little more break because they had like an 11-point lead or something, like fucking,
Well, speaking of that bracket, though, thanks to everybody that is participating in the Lost Boys bracket to raise money for that.
Yeah. Who's leading after?
I'm looking at it right now. Right now it's Aaron Ryan, right behind them is Kerry Meyer, and then Brian Burcham, David Elliott, and then Dominic Galoro are the top 5. I guess there's 3 tied for 5.
It's not me.
It is not you. You are you're last. You're tied for 15th with Bill Chugas.
It just went sideways for me on the 4 morning games. I was like, oh God, I just lost every game this morning.
It was so funny. I just woke up yesterday and came downstairs. I was like, make myself some coffee, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I should probably like fill out that bracket. I had no idea that the game started until Eli later was like, hey, Duke's getting beat right now. I'm like, wait, what?
So you missed
and I just absolutely lucked into having my bracket submitted on time, or else I would have just been sitting this out. Totally didn't know.
Still got your $25 for the
Exactly.
the winner
Yeah.
and Lost Boys.
I mean,
And-
it's basically a donation anyway.
Anyway, yeah, it's just for fun. Like nobody really expects to win. Some people do.
I do.
But you're tied for last with Michael Cotton, so neither one of you guys are gonna win. I'm
Did I
actually
drop? I was like 12th this morning, but
well, you're 15th
we're
now.
playing games now, and that's
Yeah,
bad
I
for
have
me.
risen in the standings. I'm now 8th.
He is risen.
I have risen, and I'm 8th, and I'm the top one that has Duke as the winner.
They're not going to win it.
Well, I chose this is all my nephew's picks. I didn't
Yeah.
even pick any of these. These are all my nephew.
Well, tell
But-
him I said he's an idiot.
I'll tell him it's going to be good for his self-esteem because these kids' self-esteem is way too high. They need actually to be taken down a peg or two. These kids today, let me tell you, they do. They've been told that their people are proud of them way too much.
Danny,
And-
I'm sorry. I don't know what silo you're in, but the silo that I'm in tells me that all these young men are angry and alone, and nobody likes them, and that
Well, there's a reason.
we need to actually build them more up because they're worthless incels.
No, dude, we need to call them worthless incels and shame them into coming out of the house and doing something. It's their own fucking faults. I don't feel bad for them. But do you know who I do feel bad for? An outfielder that was just signed to the Chicago Cubs minor league affiliate, and his name is Eli Lovich. I was like, oh, I had the Lovich once.
But okay, moving on.
All right. Cubs spring training. I'm really not paying attention. They got a split squad game today. Jefferson Rojas has been fun. He's kind of emerged as somebody that we were hoping that would be good. He was always on a prospect list, but now he's like this is his spring to emerge, but we're not going to see him in Chicago. Maybe ever.
Right.
But it was fun to watch him before he got traded to the Marlins for some middle relief. I guess
If you're really into Jefferson Rojas,
June.
plan your trip to Des Moines now.
yeah, this is your moment.
Watch
Ballesteros
the
has been
future
fun.
Hall of Famer now.
Yeah. This is your chance to see him in a Cub uniform because Ballesteros has looked good. Hit a couple dogs the other day. That was fun. I love watching that kid hit. He's like the exact kind of hitter we've been looking for a while. Dude with he's got great plate discipline, but he also will take his pitch and hit it where they ain't. Like he's a pure hitter. That ball just jumps off his bat. So I'm excited about that. The pitching though, on the other hand, I'll start with the good. Cade Horton, 10 strikeouts the other day.
That was nice.
In 5 innings, just
That's
mowing
awesome.
them down.
Yeah, so that's really exciting. I have high hopes for Cade Horton. The kid could seriously win a Cy Young one year. Now, he does play in the league with Paul Skeens, so it's going to be difficult.
Could be a while.
But you
Yeah.
never know. I mean, things happen with guys like Paul Skeens when I'm around with a baseball bat. You know what I mean?
On the recap podcast,
On the
Kaplan-
kneecap podcast
Yeah.
on the Danny Rocket Network.
yeah,
And the kneecap bug.
Kaplan was talking about going plus 60 on Horton to win the Cy Young this year or something like that.
Just throwing your money away.
Yeah.
I remember
Gordo was making fun of him. He's like, not with Skeens in the league.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be tough. It's like the year I wanted to do Shota Imanaga as Cy Young, and I was like, oh, he comes on like gangbusters, and I didn't do it because gambling is stupid. We'll talk about that later because there's a lot of gambling news. I mean, crazy gambling news. But yeah, that's the good news. Cade Horton's been looking good. The bad news is Jameson Taillon has an ERA of 22.18, and
Wow.
Cubs pitching
They're just
leads.
they're just stretching out, dude.
I know. They're just practicing their meatballs, and they're in mid-season meatball form. Let me tell you, because they've given up 49 home runs.
It's crazy.
Topping the league in spring training. They're just gopher ball after gopher ball. 8 more than the next worst team, which is the A's. And Cubs starters have a team ERA of 7.23. Mostly Jameson Taillon's fault.
Right. When your ERA is a year that we won't hit for another 200 years, like that's pretty bad.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I know they're just working. They're all kind of vets, except for Horton, who's obviously the only one trying out there, striking out 10. But yeah, I mean, I am a little worried. I mean, Cabrera, he was out there the other day, and he was, the knock on him was control. And he was getting himself into trouble in the innings with these dumb walks, like seemed like, walking the bottom of the order, and then he's in trouble, and then he's playing fucking footsie because he's got a guy on it. And I was just like, oh, it's this guy. No wonder they traded him.
Well,
oh no, it's that guy.
Well, it's going to get better because now they get to come pitch in cold weather and not be able to control the ball at all.
Well, yeah, that's great. I mean, that is kind of an advantage. Like James Tyone will come and pitch 2 weeks and look like Cy Young. He'll give up no runs. And
the other thing that's going to help out a lot is this ABS challenge system, so that anytime they're nibbling, they're going to be nibbling out there and just getting their asses handed to them by the ABS challenge. And so then they're going to come over the plate and just get fucking tanked. Offense this year, offense this year, offense this year. Take the over. I'm saying every bet you might ever take this year, over. Just go over.
Yeah, it should help offense.
I was sitting at a bar the other day talking with a friend about sports and music and whatnot. And I'm just going to say this out loud. I had nothing to do with it. I did not. I stopped the conversation. I didn't want to have it anymore. But my friend said, if the ABS system was alive and well years and years ago, he said Greg Maddux would have been the worst pitcher in baseball history. I was like, that was fucking a wild thing to say. It was a wild thing to say. He's like, that man nibbled the corners and fucking faked out the umps like nobody's business. I was like, I don't think he would have been the worst pitcher in baseball history. But he's like, I don't know if the guy ever threw a fucking strike. I was like, I think he threw a lot of strikes. But,
I mean,
yeah.
But it was wild to hear someone say that. And I was like,
but that was, you're right. That was his game. He created the strike zone and made the umps believe what they were seeing were strikes, and then made the hitters believe that, like, well, I got to swing at shit if I even want a chance.
Yep.
And that's all gone. Like, yeah, there will be no more Kyle Hendricks. There will be no more Greg Maddux. Like, these guys that work this way, like, it's just that kind of shit's going to go away.
Yeah, well, I mean, pitching really did surpass hitting in a big way, just like it did back in the 60s, where, like, all of a sudden, like, offense was way down, and, and they just want more action in the game. Like,
well,
which I understand. Like,
I blame the 3 true outcomes for that shit, though.
Yeah, I mean, baseball goes through its periods, and and they react to that, and then everybody reacts to that. So we'll see what happens now. Like, now I guess maybe it is more about the power pitcher, if you can blow it
100% is, because that's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
So if you can hit 101 and just blow it past the guy, you can throw it right down the fucking middle, and if the guy can't catch up with it or make weak contact, then you're good. But spinning,
it will be interesting, because I think a guy like a Hendricks or a Maddux or somebody, these guys that worked with location and movement and stuff, the only way that's going to work for you is if you can figure out how to throw it at the batter and have it break to the plate. And nobody likes to do that because it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
So
or
it'll be interesting to see if somebody could pull that off.
Or swing and miss. They can always get one of those.
Yeah.
Get them to think it's a strike. I mean, that as long as the thing is, if they don't swing and they could challenge it and be like, well, that wasn't in, then they could get the call back. You only have to fool one person now. You can't fool the umpire anymore.
Right.
Like you can fool him. It doesn't matter. Then you challenge it in your back. Well, anyway, we should do the silhouette. We should take a break and come back and do the bitch clock, tell you what happened 150 years ago, because we are celebrating the 150th year of the Chicago Cubs and the National League.
Can't wait.
Yeah. And what do you got? What do you got for us in terms of silhouettes? Who's that Cubby?
Here is the Son Ranto silhouette. This is a lot of you probably recognize this Topps baseball card. It's got the blue C, the red U, the B, in the circles. I remember these cards being out. But the hint will be this pitcher could have pitched for the winning WBC team this year.
All right. I think I know who it might be.
So,
all right. Well, we will take a break. Please put your guesses in the chat, and we will be back in 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Please support us on Patreon. Please support our sponsors, especially Penguin Imprints, and also Matt Kammerer's permanent paintings in the clutch shirts. We'll be right back.
The Bleacher Bunch brings you great shows like Sun Ranto, Cubs PS Plus, Bricks Behind the Ivy, Cuppa Cubby Blue, and Baseball Rabbit Hole. But you could be getting so much more when you subscribe to our Patreon page for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. Get access to our exclusive daily show Cubs Pod, where we recap every single game. Plus, be the first to hear Cubs music, get early access to events, and receive an invitation to join our Discord Cubs community, where fans just like you show up every day to rant and rave about our beloved boys in blue. Most importantly, 10% of your Patreon pledge will go directly to help the Lost Boys Youth Baseball program. So join us. There are perks at every level, like the Renter Calendar, absolutely free, and name recognition for you or your business. We are independent Cubs podcasters, and we need your support. Otherwise, we'll quit. Seriously, we'll all quit. Some of us might even die from your lack of support. In fact, the cutest little puppy you've ever seen will die if you don't support the Bleacher Bunch at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. We promise to spend all the Patreon money on tickets and beer and all the dog crap we have to buy just to keep our podcast rolling. So give us your money, and we'll waste it far better than you will. Patreon.com/bleacherbunch. Free trials are available, but don't do a free trial. Just join, okay? Okay. Patreon.com/bleacherbunch.
In the clutch, in the clutch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Take it from the Bleacher Bunch. You'll love the shirts from In the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts are comfortable, stylish, and guaranteed to get you laid. Plus, they're proud sponsors of the Bleacher Bunch. Use promo code BleacherBunch for 10% off your purchase.
Nice to feel and soft to touch. That's why you will get laid so much. Wearing a shirt from In the Clutch. And you can thank the Bleacher Bunch.
In the Clutch, in the Clutch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Remember the code Bleacher Bunch. Save 10% at In the Clutch. In the Clutch. In the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts actually not really guaranteed to get you laid.
Son Ranto!
Now you're going to make me release the wrong episode like I did last week on the Patreon. I did. I released the totally wrong episode. Thank you. Those of you that pointed it out to me. I appreciate it. So, yeah, who's that cubby?
Is that Zambrano?
Zambrano would be a good guess. A lot of people said Big Z. I've got a Fernando Rodney in here.
Rondon?
Strobe. No, it is. Let me find the picture.
Cards from, that's why.
Angel Guzman.
I remember him.
Yeah.
Pitched for the Cubs for 4 years.
What year is that card?
That's a 2008 Topps.
Okay.
Yep. And pitched for Pinella. Pinella liked him, tried to make him a starter, but he just did not really work out. So they ended up working with him in the pen, and then his shoulder exploded, and they got rid of him.
Oh man, those Pinella days, they were magic.
Falling asleep on the bench.
He hated being there. He was just collecting a paycheck, man. That was rough.
Yeah. Catching those like old baseball lifers at the end. Yeah,
you weren't here. You weren't in Chicago yet.
No, not 07 or 8. No.
What year did you get back?
12.
It was 12. God.
Yeah.
I think
So,
we were talking a lot of baseball in 08 though.
yeah, no, I was coming in and seeing games and stuff like that. Well, to 07, 08 were good teams. That was fun. They almost made it, and they were 08 was one of the best teams I had seen up until that point.
Yep.
And they just completely fell apart 2 years in a row. But all right, well, this is kind of crazy. I'm so sick of this shit because this MLB suspending the players for gambling at the same time as leaning into gambling about everything. Like this poly market deal that they just did. Yeah, this pointed out by Rob Torno. I don't know who that is on X. Says last summer, MLB warned players not to use prediction markets and prohibited them specifically from using poly market. And then this just in. Exclusive. MLB is getting into the prediction market business through a multi-year deal with Polymarket. So,
right. So are the executives and the higher ups in the league also
not allowed to use it?
Not allowed to? Right. Are they going to why not say, okay, I own the Cubs. I'm going to bet the under. We're going to millions of dollars. We're not going to win 87 games this year. Then you just start fucking cutting people.
Well, and I love the idea of this bullshit. And I saw it on Blue Sky too. Somebody said this is some 1984 shit because it's not gambling. It's a prediction market.
It's gambling.
Like what the fuck? Like so
it
basically
it is gambling. You're betting money on you're wagering money on an outcome. It's gambling.
Double speak.
It's double speak. It is gambling.
Yeah. The difference being that the way that they do it in there, instead of it being like a big casino, you're up against
each other,
specific people. So like if I wanted to bet you, Lyle, like we could go into this prediction market and do it. So they're like, oh, it's a prediction. No, it's just fucking gambling. It's all gambling. Like whether you're doing it with your friend or you're doing it with the casino, like it's ridiculous.
If you recall, one of our old sponsors, and I forget which it was because there were a few gambling syndicates that came through, and none of them ever seemed above the board. They always seemed like they were like this offshore weird shit with a code that was going to steal all your information. And so I never really leaned into things, but I did have this question because there was one mode that you could play within their system, and I forget which one it was, where you could just take the ranters and we could all gamble against each other.
Right.
Which I was like, well, that kind of appeals to me. Everybody put in $100 at the beginning of the year.
When they shut the poker rooms down, people started opening those things where it was like private and you could go with friends. So during COVID, I had a group of guys that I knew from high school and other places. We all got together and we play poker 2 games a night. Fucking, there was an 8:00 game and a 10:00 game, and we would go. It was nuts, dude.
Well, I love you guys are bringing this up because we have this that I posted in the Discord, and this is that it's like a bracket challenge. You just go through and you put a W or an L in each game throughout the season. And it's
Michael, how old do you think I am?
For the ranchers. So if you're a Patreon person,
how old do you think I am? I'm in my 50s, right? So
right, yeah,
I tried to get on Discord and understand it once, and I was like, this is not for me. My nephew goes on there, he does all his video games through there. I don't get it.
Sugas can do it, and you can't.
I don't get it. No, dude. I was lost. I was like, what is the purpose of this?
I am so sick of having to download all these different fucking apps. Like now that I'm involved with the politically here with community organizing in my neighborhood, like now I'm on Signal, and then I'm like, it's just another thing. I'm like, oh, I got 23 notifications, and I'm like, oh, I missed a meeting. I just started slowly deleting every app on my phone. Every day I wake up and delete another one. It's how people want to, but it's how people want to communicate. If you want to communicate, you need 73 different apps. Oh, let's do Discord. Let's do what else do we have? We had other apps. Remember that we had to download
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Fanarchy is another one that I was thinking of trying to get us to use because a friend of mine designed it, and it's like a specifically for Cubs fans or for any baseball.
In every other app, there's you can communicate private messages on fucking everything else, on Reddit, on Instagram, on Facebook. So it's just like people fucking coming at you every fucking second of every fucking day, and I hate it.
It is annoying.
Just be like me, guys. Nobody wants to talk to me.
Be an irascible prick and nobody will want to.
Right. Michael's trying to put content out there, yet he refuses to go on any of the websites where people actually share content. So that doesn't make sense either, Michael.
You want to hear my content? Come and knock on my door.
Yeah, you want to hear my content? Come over here.
Come on.
I do go on Discord because Discord is the Patreon perk. And so it's all the people listening to the show. We know each other. We're friends. And so that's where you can find this. Lyle, I can send this to you directly if you'd like. But you just put that
after you teach me how to use the app that we're using right now to do the podcast, after we do that, I don't know, sometime since it's been 2 or 3 years since you said you were going to teach me how to use it, then you can teach me how to use Discord. We can have a date.
I'll make a tutorial video.
Exactly. But anyway, on there, if you're on there, you can fill that out, and then you can actually do like based on what you're picking. You can be like, I'll bet you I picked the May series versus the Reds. I'll bet you $5 that I got those better than you, and we can do shit like that if you'd like.
We need to really come up with how this is going to work, because I think we send out that questionnaire to everybody, let them fill it out, and then they have to upload it back with $10 in the pool, and the winner gets the pool. Everybody can gamble together.
How about this? Every series, the winner of that series gets, we'll say it's however much money we split between series, it's $5 a series or whatever for everybody's in there. It goes. If there's a tie, it carries on and everybody's back in until one person wins it all.
We'll see.
A big chunk of money. It's easy.
Well, I was also thinking
sounds like you just volunteered to freaking run this whole thing, Lyle.
I don't know how to get on Discord, guys. I'm sorry. I would love to, but that's not my league.
Well, anyway, that's out there.
Bill will manage it. He's retired.
That's sort of the poly market thing that's going on. And I want to pop in. Corey Furlong says Pete Rose is rolling in his grave in the depths of hell.
It's such bullshit. And freaking Shoeless Joe and all those guys that were banned. It was the absolute worst thing you could do. Like we grew up with it just being, well, first of all, there was no sports betting except for like in the back room of the bar where some guy chopping out a cigar. And you'd go back there and the dude have a bunch of papers. And, you know,
my dad would bring home from work every week the tickets where you would pick a parlay of like pick 3 football teams against the spread or 4 or 5 or whatever, and you'd put $5 in and you'd keep the little tab on the bottom. And this shit was for professional shit that was just coming through his fucking office. So there was shit out there, but you're right.
Oh, yeah, but
you had to go to Vegas. You had to go to Vegas or Macau or fucking Monaco or Jersey for a little of our lives and hang out at Trump's fucking casino before he bankrupted. But there were not a lot of options. Now you can just gamble on anything, anywhere, any fucking time. It's a scourge.
And that's what I wanted to get into here is because like the corruption is inherent within the system. Like it's already something like this.
NBA's had a ton of issues.
Completely unregulated. But like you could on Polymarket though, it's like which uniforms are they going to wear on Friday, you know, and maybe you have some inside information from the clubhouse manager. We'll find out that the clubhouse manager was laying out a certain uniform on Tuesdays, and in 2 years we'll find out that he was getting paid, you know, and paying off the 5th starter to choose that uniform so that everybody would bet on Polymarket about it, and then it's all a big setup, and it's just a way for rich guys to print money. Yeah. And it's your money. It's your money that you're putting in, being like, because you're a gambling addict incel sitting at home.
Stop fucking talking to me like that. I know, but I can't. You don't have to say it to me in front of everybody else.
Well, I'm just so sick of the, you know, we get more of this stuff that's destroying people's lives. And then at the same time, the people whose lives are getting destroyed are not doing anything about it to fix it at all, except for complaining and voting for fucking all this bullshit to make things even worse.
You know who has the same message? Turning Point USA, Danny. You should go be a spokesman.
I should. I'm going to become a born again Christian too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll solve everything. I'll just believe in something that is probably not true. And I only
Right.
say probably because I can't prove it's not true. I can't prove that 2,000 years ago there was a blood sacrifice that saved everybody from their sins. I cannot prove that that's not true.
Yeah, but
Right.
they cannot prove that it is true, and therefore it's just not true.
Let's take it to Poly Market.
Yeah, let's
take
take Poly Market.
What's the prediction that Jesus is coming back? Because it's seeming like he's on his way, to be honest.
Listen, if he is coming back, it's probably gonna happen soon.
If only they had Poly Market in 2012. Remember that was like 2012 was the Mayan calendar end of
Yeah, you could have bet. Yeah, you could have probably made money because people were so stupid, thinking it was really going to end. Or remember Y2K?
Y2K, that was it, dude. People, God, the amount of elderly people who gave everything away and all their money away and whatever, like because they didn't care and they just want to do. They were trying to get to heaven, and then they fucking woke up the next day like, I gave $800,000 of my life savings away because I thought the world was going to end. Can I have it back? People like,
that's how I got through. That's how I got through that year, scamming all those old people. I was just like, I was good till 2003. That got me through 9/11.
Yeah. I mean, we're really lucky we didn't have like a true internet back then, or else it would have been real bad.
Oh, man, I would kill for a Y2K right now. What happened with those sunspots? Weren't they supposed to fuck shit up? That'd be nice. Everybody go outside and do something. All right. Well, it's time for a segment I like to call
150 years ago.
What a creep.
Isn't that the Doge guy? Do you see that guy this week? The Doge kids.
And they took down
Central.
They had their
One guy was kind of good looking. I was like,
they had their
he
testimony
cleans
up.
good.
And these guys were just absolute fucking morons. Like they had no fucking clue. Like they were just asking these questions like, what is DEI? Oh, well, DEI is what the manual said it was.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was that? It was in the manual. But what was it? Like, can you explain what DEI is?
And anything that mentioned it, we destroyed.
Yeah. And they had no idea.
That was their job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and they got paid way more doing that job than we do for this podcast.
Yeah.
Wait, who's getting paid?
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We should go get jobs.
I've been waiting for my check.
Tickets and beer. Well, why don't you fly out here and I'll fly you out on the company dime.
That was the one thing that got caught up in the Y2K bug was your check.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They kept thinking it was 1900, so it paid you 1900 money. So it was only coming out to 8 cents a week. But if we could go back to the 150 years ago when people did make 8 cents a week, I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole about I couldn't find anything that was specifically happening 150 years ago, except for what we've already talked about, which is the fact that the telephone was literally invented right now, like 150 years ago. And so it was the front page of every single newspaper.
And it was raining meat.
Oh, yeah. How do you think they found
That's all they talked about?
If
that happened today,
a phone call. Yeah. They said, hey, Mildred.
Today, we wouldn't talk about the Epstein files for a week.
Yeah. Well, exactly, because we'd have to write a letter. You never guess what this guy did.
And then we'd have to bomb somebody because they threw meat at us.
Yeah.
How insulting.
But they were still recovering from the Panic of 1873. Do you know which? I mean, there was a bunch of panics back then, which I just remember.
You're a panic.
Well, I just always imagine these people just at the bank, just be like, oh God, where's my money? And they don't have it because they, lent it all away, which is what happened in 1873. But this time, the bubble of the moment was railroads.
Oh, right.
And they're still in Reconstruction, so they're arguing about Reconstruction. It's an election year. That's the famous Hayes-Tilden, which there was
very famous. The Hayes-Tilden election.
The Hayes-Tilden election.
Right. I couldn't, Danny, I don't know that I could tell you who won that election.
Well, have you ever heard of President Tilden? Then, Then
Rutherford B. Hayes.
I've barely heard of Rutherford B. Hayes, and if his name wasn't Rutherford B., I wouldn't fucking know who he was.
You're probably right about that. That is the only reason that his name is stuck in my mind for so long is because his name is fucking stupid.
Yeah. B, by the way, stands for butthole. Rutherford Butthole Hayes. That's his God never given name. It's Dutch, actually. Pronounced butthole. But
That was a great Dutch accent you did.
Butthole. Yeah. Also
it's like football, but football.
Danny, do you think the panic in that year? Do you think it was like a Victorian era kind of / Deadwood dialect that they were panicking in, or do you think there was like that transatlantic, like mid coast kind of speak that
like,
we
my
love in
God,
movies? Yeah.
Where's my gosh down money, Governor?
Exactly. What kind of how did they sound during this panic?
Yeah, like I'm gonna starve. But yeah, so that was going on, and I thought it was interesting, like because if you think about the tech bubble that everybody says we're in, this AI bubble, and really what it is that these companies don't make any money. They've got all these data. They spend a lot of money. They've raised a bunch of money,
and they're costing us a bunch of money as you watch your electric prices go up. And we're gonna have electric shortages probably this summer when the fucking ACs all start turning on.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm just gonna be down in here in this basement sweating. But but it was an overbuilding of the railroads back in the 1870s or in the 1860s, and a bunch of money got loaned out and then they were like railroads nowhere that they didn't need.
Imagine a United States that had too many railroads. That blows my mind because we literally have almost no railroads right now. Like we have them, but
I mean, there's tracks evereverhere.
I barely use them.
I mean, I'm in fucking rural Maine. I can't go 10 miles without crossing a railroad track.
Yeah, there's the B&O. There's the Reading. There's the short line.
He did the Monopoly in the transatlantic. I mean, that's fucking 5 jokes in one, Danny. You really just fucking whipped it all together. I like that, dude. That was fucking fire.
So, and if you land on it, it's $200 because I own all 4.
Great. I owe you money now.
Just don't land on my waterworks. Like
take it out of my paycheck.
Daniel Palencia landing on the waterworks on the mound.
Oh God!
Now I got a call back in there.
He did.
Nice.
So not only that, but the other thing I didn't know about it is that there was a patent dispute from Alexander Graham Bell and Elisha Gray. You ever hear of Elisha Gray? He was also the inventor of the telephone.
Didn't he pitch for the A's?
That was I think
Sonny Gray.
I think of Pete Gray. Remember Pete Gray, one-armed guy that played for the Colts or something like that. He never played Major League Baseball, but he was a one-armed player, Pete Gray. And
I just think of Jim Abbott.
Right? Yeah, well, before there was Jim Abbott, there was Pete Gray. And before that, there was Elisha Gray.
And his last name wasn't really Gray. His other arm was Gray, and then eventually just fell off and rotted off, and then he was a one-armed pitcher.
It was his nickname.
It was actually a misnomer too, because it was blue.
Right, it was blue.
It was just one of those jokes they told.
It was blue before it was gray. It did turn gray, and then black,
and then black at some point.
And then gangrene set in, and he died at age 41.
And a lot of blood. It was red toward the end. Yeah,
red, yeah, yellow a little bit, and then but Elisha Gray.
That was a tough period.
He was working on a telephone that actually used liquid and acid to conduct the sound. And so we could have been using these acid liquid telephones had he gotten his patent in a little bit earlier. And then maybe
I think there was some flim flam happened a little bit too, because I think Thomas Edison fucked him over in some way. If I remember right, he was kind of a monster.
Well, it was Alexander Graham Bell, you mean?
I mean Alexander Graham Bell, but Edison fucked the other guy over.
Edison fucked the other guy, yeah.
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 So yeah, there's always somebody fucking somebody in the in the seedy world of inventing shit.
Well, Alexander Graham Bell's the one that gave him the idea of, why don't you use liquid acids and some water? Like, do that. This is a great idea.
Plug it into the wall.
Your telephone, right? He's like, go ahead and use that.
My skin is burning.
That poor bastard knew nothing and went out there and actually made that shit work. He lost a few fingers from the acid and whatever, but he made a telephone.
Yeah, made a telephone
that we never used.
Yeah, that we never used, and now from now on, everybody will go, Ma Bell, got the real communication.
Ma Bell, got the real communication.
Is that real communication or miscommunication?
It's ill communication.
Ill communication, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, sorry.
It would have been Ma Gray.
Ma Gray.
Ma Gray, got the ill communication. Who knows? Oh, man, so much would have changed. So anyway, that's what happened 150 years ago. While the Cubs were coming on, you got the Rutherford B. Hayes and Tilden, you got telephone getting invented, you got Reconstruction, and everybody's poor. Everybody's poor because of the railroad bubble bursting. Always a debt bubble. Always a debt bubble. Every time.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the only people that felt it were the rich people. And
isn't it funny when the rich actually fucking pork people and we all get fucked over by something fucking ridiculous they do? They make up this cutesy little name. Oh, it was a bubble.
Yeah.
No, you fucking murdered us.
We are all suffering because of your bubble.
Yeah. Well, it's like my the guy I work with. He comes in the other day. He's like, I can't believe we're making these horrible decisions in the Middle East again. I'm like, there's no we here, brother. Like, I'm not, just so
I wish I had that much power.
Yeah. If I had some say in this, we wouldn't be doing this, but I seem to have no say. Like, nobody seems to give a shit what I've thought this entire time. In fact,
yeah,
despite my voting for the opposite thing. They tend to just do what they want. All right. Well, that seems like a perfect cue up for the bitch clock.
I mean,
we're
this
ready.
episode's been a bitch clock. Michael, you just fucking finally calmed down, and now we're gonna amp you up again.
Well, probably not.
Yeah.
It's like that was true. Pitching. That was true. Like me getting angry when we do the bitch clock. I have to bitch clock and make some shit up.
What is wrong with you?
I got to share it somehow.
How long has the bitch clock been going?
A couple of years. Yeah.
He's never once got it right. Not once.
It's part of my charm.
Time. Every fucking week, sometimes twice a week.
That's the wrong street too.
I think I want the bitch clock as my ringtone.
Bitch
clock, you're bitchy.
Well, we got a lot to get through.
All right, spin the wheel and I'll tell you who goes.
Well,
this is the way we're playing it now.
Well, I'm going to tell you some of the new categories we have because there's this story that I was going to put in here, but it's so stupid that I couldn't bear to have a whole category for it. But it's now Marquee is available on Hulu and Prime, but you also have to still subscribe to those things too.
Is it cheaper though?
No.
To not use their app.
You actually have to pay for both of them.
Yeah.
So you have to pay for Marquee.
It's basically now.
I understand. Like I can get HBO on Prime. It's a little cheaper to get it that way, but it's not as robust.
Yeah, you might be able to get not on Prime, but on Hulu. I think it might be slightly cheaper in the way that it's like Hulu plus live TV. Right. So you have to have the highest Hulu model, which at that point you might as well just have fucking cable. So anyway, it's just a debacle. They're changing things, and none of it makes the games more accessible. None of it.
Well, speaking of not being able to watch shit, I have fucking 13 streaming channels. Here we go again. We're talking about the Cubs, but March Madness yesterday, Michael. I'm trying to fucking watch these games, and I'm like, okay, it's CBS is the host network. They do all the announcers. It's CBS Sports that's doing the thing, but it's on TBS, TNT, and True, right? So I have Paramount Plus. So I have CBS. It's robust. I have all these things. I also have Fubo. So I have I pay for a TV streaming service, and I have fucking HBO. I've got all this, but I have HBO through something else through like Prime, so I don't have HBO Sports or TV. I have to pay more for it. So I watch the first game, it's on CBS. I want to watch the second game, it's on True TV. I don't have it anywhere. There's nowhere I can watch it. I have to get another fucking carrier for like $80 a month to watch it. And then I wanted to watch TNT or TBS. Can't watch those either. I download their apps. I need to have cable or be already paying for it through something else to get it. So I couldn't watch any of the fucking basketball games except the ones on CBS. So I went to a fucking bar and went to go watch the game, and the girls couldn't figure out how to watch the TV. And I just looked at the Wheel of Death while I finished my fucking beer and left in a huff.
Oh no! And
I gotta drive 30 minutes to go to a bar where I live. It's fucking. I was like, this fucking sucks.
And baseball is like that all the time too. All these different fucking.
I don't
deals.
know how I'm gonna
I
watch-
totally thought you were going to end that with you spent more money at the bar than you would have if you'd have just gotten all the different.
By the way,
all the different streamers.
I did, because I got a fucking snack and then I got a second beer.
Yeah.
So the one season ticket holder was complaining that there's no season ticket holder free marquee, which apparently other teams do. If you're a season ticket holder, you should get marquee. I agree with that. That should be part of it. That would help out.
I should get everything Cubs related if I'm giving you that much money for season tickets.
Yeah, bobbleheads, you should get all the giveaways, everything.
Yeah.
Seiya going to the IL. Yeah, that's annoying. No 108 tourney for Cubs fans. If you know what the 108 tourney is, it's the White Sox podcast from the 108. They have this big tournament where they have like a bracket style tournament of White Sox fans, which people get knocked out. They do voting. And then they finally, I was in it the other year. I don't know why, because I'm just like a Twitter personality, but we should have one. Quick. Oh yeah. Well, I went out in the second round, which isn't bad considering it's a Sox fan tournament. You know what I mean? So
who had the displeasure of being less popular with Sox fans than Danny Rocket?
A loser. That's who. I don't even remember.
Must have been Bleacher Jeff.
Yeah, exactly.
They were
not because you're a loser, Jeff, because they really hate you.
So
they hate you way more. Yeah.
Danny and Bleacher Jeff had to be the play-in game.
Yeah, exactly. Breaking even. No Sammy number retire. Happen Swanson hitting 3, 4, and 5, acting mid-market, and Matt Shaw. And those are the new ones for this week. So I'm going to give it a spin, and we'll see who gets what at that point.
There are so many topics now.
Yeah, there's more. We got to knock out. Maybe we do 2 each.
I'm going to take this one.
All right. No Sammy number retire? Yeah. All right, then.
Well, wait. Isn't his number 31?
No, it's 21.
21. Oh, my bad. Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Bitch clock. You have 30 seconds to bitch.
I mean, you would have thought that the Ricketts would have changed their mind a little bit about Sammy for as white as he's gotten, and that seems to be their thing. But outside of that, I don't know that there is a reason to not put Sammy up on the fucking, put him up on the polls. That guy, I don't care about the steroids. I don't give a fuck. He was the greatest thing that happened to baseball with Mark McGwire when baseball was dying, and he was the greatest thing that happened to Wrigley Field in fucking decades.
Stop your bitching.
I'm confused. Was that a pro retire the number or anti-retire the number? I got a little lost in your argument there.
I think there's no reason not to retire his number.
They should do it.
He's one of the greatest Cubs ever.
Yeah, right. I mean, he did end up in the Epstein files. Like, this is not really great.
No, I understand all that.
Bonus for the Ricketts.
Listen, this is
exactly. At least not Papa Joe.
Ty Cobb wasn't a good man. He's in the Hall of Fame. Like, I think, I agree there's got to be limits to some of that shit. And baseball decided that gambling is the only limit they have. They don't give a fuck. Yes, put Sammy on a poll.
Go to the poll. Go to the poll.
I don't know. It just seems silly, like there's bad people in the Hall of Fame. There's a lot of drug users in the Hall of Fame. Like the fact that it's gambling and steroids that you're unqualified to be in the Hall of Fame seems absolutely fucking ridiculous to me, because every fucking generation of baseball players since before Babe Ruth was doing something to make themselves better. There was some kind of trying to take advantage, some kind of cheating, taking some kind of drugs.
Greenies.
Greenies
Yeah.
pushing the limit. I mean, every fucking player in the 70s and 80s was on speed. That was helping them. Barry Bonds was still one of the 5 greatest players ever to play baseball before he started doing steroids. So
Right.
I don't fucking get it.
As a devil's advocate sort of argument, Sammy Sosa is the only player to ever hit 60 home runs in a season, 3 different seasons. But he never led the league in home runs. So he's a second place loser, no number.
No number. Well, what's weird is that they
I don't care.
Yeah.
They invited him back. Cubs don't have a lot of numbers retired. And they invited him back. Was that last year or the year before? The year before, I think.
Yeah, they really fucked that up.
What's weird is that they didn't retire it then. You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't have been all part of it, but now they'll have to wait a while. Otherwise, it's kind of too soon since the weird welcome back, which didn't really go that great. I mean, it was fine, but he still said some weird shit, and of course Chicago
he's
press
a
was,
weird guy.
Yeah, I mean,
he's very strange. He's fucking weird. He would come into the bar sometime when I was working a whiskey bar. He'd come in all the time, and he was a weird fucking
weirdo.
guy.
Yeah,
he was really strange. I'm not even sure the guys who played on the team with him liked him. That whole crew from that time, they'd all go out together, and he was above it somehow because of what all the home runs and stuff. But I also don't think any of them really liked him that much.
Yeah,
no,
he was just a weirdo. So, but that's again a lot of weirdos in the Hall of Fame.
No,
right.
Most of them. You got to be a little weird to even make it this far.
Yeah,
be like, I'm gonna just play baseball all day, all the time.
Wade Boggs only ate chicken.
Yeah, that's weird.
Fucking.
All right, well,
for good luck reasons.
Let's get another topic here. We'll remove no Sammy number retire and pick another one. All right, round and round she goes. Where it's gonna
so
stop?
Many things. I don't know what it is.
Ooh, the Cubs Sox rivalry.
That's a Danny.
That's gotta be Danny because I don't give a shit. I don't know.
I can do this one. All right, cool. Here we go. Oh, wait. Hold on.
I think you do.
I got to rewind it.
I gotta tell you, it's not funny.
All right, here we go.
Bitch Club, you have 30 seconds to bitch.
You know what? I have tried with White Sox fans year after year after year. Something will happen on Twitter, and I'm like, we should all support each other. We're all Chicagoans. Let's hold the truce flag and get in there. And without fail, every time I even start to entertain the idea that I can be friends with the White Sox fans in mass, they do something that is so disgustingly horrible and bring down one of my friends and start talking smack about the Cubs and
stop your
they make it
bitching.
impossible to like them in mass. They're shitty people. They don't deserve good things in life.
Michael, Michael, tonight's Twitter headline: Danny Rocket calls Southsiders those people.
I did. No, I did. I'll stand behind those people then.
But do the teams even have a rivalry?
It's really not.
The teams.
Well,
the fans do for sure, but the teams
they do a
care.
little bit. They do a little bit because, I would say that if the Cubs and the Sox are playing, that at least there's a more charged up atmosphere in the stands, and the players all tell you it matters. When they feel that crosstown thing. And the reason there is this crosstown thing is because of White Sox fans. Cub fans don't really deal with White Sox fans. It's always White Sox fans starting up being like, oh, look at the Cubs. They don't watch the game. They just make beer snakes. And it's like, no, dude, no, they're not wrong about that because we have actual fans at the game. Right. They don't even have fans at the fucking game. You also have
your beer snake would only be 4 cups long, you losers.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't have a beer snake. You know why? Because you don't have enough fucking people to make one.
Although you remember that father and son who went out to fucking first base and beat up the ump?
Yeah, the White Sox fans.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I
bet they could have made a hell of a beer snake that day because they probably had fucking 40 between them.
And there's not a single fan base except for Cubs fans that have so many people actually keeping score at the game.
Yeah.
Cubs
No,
more than anybody.
And the funny thing is, like, when I lived in Colorado, Sox fans sound exactly like the Rockies fans. Like, whenever the Cubs would come to town, and you get a bunch of people going to see the Cubs at Coors Field, and the Rockies fans are just bitching, and that is what it sounds like. It's like they just don't like that people like the Cubs, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, they think
I don't like that you like something.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I'm not coming down to the South Side like saying any fucking shit about your team. I'm like, if you want to go root for a shitty team with a billionaire owner who's totally mismanaging everything for you guys down there, and well, what gives you like a fucking a campfire milkshake, and you're supposed to freaking go to game to drink this $25 milkshake. It's like, dude, you do know you can like go other places to get drunk, right? Than White Sox Park.
Yeah.
Then it won't cost you $25 for a fucking alcoholic milkshake drink. You do know that those exist, right?
But the quality of team on the field.
Oh yeah, I forgot about how great the White Sox are. Like, dude, the best thing that the White Sox fans have going for them right now is literally the Pope. Is literally that the Pope is the fan of your team. That's the only good thing about you. You'd be lucky if you don't lose 100 games this year, and you accept this bullshit year after year. And then because you're sad about it, you come for Cub fans who actually are at least in it at the end of the year, even if we don't make the playoffs. I mean, we got our own problems, but
that's a fairly new development in the last 15 years, though. Cubs were just like that for a long time.
Oh yeah, I know, but we didn't show up at the games, and we paid no money, and we just went and gotten drunk at the games. And yeah, there was a time when it was like the biggest bar, and it was the only thing to do is get drunk at those games, and it was fun. But now it's expensive, and nobody can afford to drink there anymore. And now, if you want to get drunk at a ball game, you go to Sock Park, I guess. Or
do you think it shifted? Did it like shift into high gear after 2005 when the White Sox won the World Series?
It's been like this the whole time.
Well,
the whole time it was Cubs
because
versus Sox fans, and these people act like bitches constantly.
Well, I was wondering if it shifted into high gear. Like, they won in 2005, and like everybody's like, yeah. You're like, it had been like 90 years or some shit. Like, they had a really long drought as well, and yet nobody gave a shit. When they won,
it was a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
right. But I was just
when
wondering
the Cubs
if that,
won,
like,
it was another level of
year.
big deal. But
because they were so mad that like less people cared about their world championship team, and there still seemed to be so many people invested in the Cubs. Like,
well, the Cubs are a national team, and White Sox aren't a national Cubs are an international brand. I can't say the same for the White Sox.
No.
All right, let's take this out of there.
Those hats in the 90s were fucking fire. Everybody wore them.
Yeah, you got fired on if you wore one.
No.
So, by a gang. Here we
go.
Oh
yeah, that nice news story. Oh, if you wear a White Sox hat or a LA hat, you'll be killed.
Yeah. No Seiya extension is what you drew here.
Oh my God. Okay, let's see it.
All right, here we go.
Bitch clock. You have 30 seconds to bitch.
People are out there talking about they want a Seiya Suzuki extension. Well, that's news to me because I've only heard people bitching about Seiya Suzuki, like missing a ball in the outfield and all this shit for the last like fucking 3 years. And also, hey, watch what you ask for. You asked for a Seiya Suzuki extension. He tried to extend a single into a double and fucking broke his goddamn knee. And now we're not going to have him for half the fucking year. Thanks, asshole.
Stop your...
I like the end. Thanks, asshole.
I decided to halfway through, I took a left turn and used extension in a different way. So
I think we need to keep going and knock a couple more off, like speed round. Let's like not discuss it. I'm just gonna put it back up here. We're gonna do a couple more.
I'll tell you who's going.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Do it quick.
We're gonna remove this one because we got to knock some more off here before the season starts. Okay. All right. No
it starts, it'll just say
non-tender of Schwarber. I'm glad we can finally get rid of this one because it'll never come up again. I guarantee that. No one will ever bring up Schwarber's non-tender. Who's got it?
Michael.
Oh, all right. We're
Back to back. He's on. He's on right now. I'm going to give him.
He's on a heater. Okay, cool. Here we go. Oh, fuck.
Bitch clock, you have 30 seconds to bitch.
Okay, this one scratches 2 itches for me. Kyle Schwarber was the left fielder of the Chicago Cubs, and they let him go for fucking nothing. And he's done nothing except for be on teams that go to the playoffs and be awesome in the playoffs and the World Series ever fucking since. But why did they do that? Because Ian Happ is just an untouchable left fielder. And I'm sorry, look, Ian Happ's fine. Give me Kyle Schwarber and shitty defense and a fucking bomb bat. This was stupid in every sense.
That is absolutely
It is true. Michael, and the say shit, just to jump back to it, because you give me the same thought as somebody posted on Reddit. They were talking about, he's hurt. You know, it's just time to trade this guy. He's not really worth it. I'm more of a Hap guy anyway. And I was just like,
oh, God.
The guy was dead serious. I was like, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Spin that wheel, Danny.
And the thing I hate the most about the whole Hap argument is just that everybody thinks that everybody hates Hap.
No.
And I think people just don't know how to communicate what they're feeling. What they're feeling is nobody understands how Hap is so fucking untouchable. He's like Mike Trout on the Cubs somehow with the way that they will not do anything with him.
He's a nice hometown player. No team is out there like, oh, you know who we need to get? So that tells you enough. You know what I mean?
Lack of star power is what it is. Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
breaking even.
Oh,
Breaking even is the next one?
We didn't see that.
Yeah,
Oh,
he just spun it while we were chatting.
Oh, sorry.
Let it go, Danny.
Do you see it now?
Nope. But that's okay. You can do it.
Oh, that's because I got to do this. Do you see it now? Breaking
There
even.
it
There it
is.
is. Okay, who is me?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Bitch clock, you have 30 seconds to bitch.
Breaking even is for suburbanites, you know, who are trying to, you know, get their mortgage paid and make sure that they're saving enough for their retirement. It has nothing to do with billionaires and baseball teams who are supposed to be entertaining a city of millions of people. And that goes for every single billionaire that is attempting to quote unquote break even, because you're breaking even at such a high level that what is going to be a couple million more? Oh, a fucking luxury tax? Bullshit. Spend your fucking money, billionaires, because I don't have it.
Amen.
I'm not doing well. I'm not having a good bitch clock round. That's why I wanted to go again. I thought I'd do better, and I didn't do better. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm like,
right. Give me one.
I don't know how you missed the whole, like, if they're breaking even, they're the dumbest fucking owners in the world. Right. Like, there's no
They're
possible way.
They're breaking even so bad that they own a fucking Major League Baseball team.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
and it's worth a ton. They could sell it, make tons of money. That's the part that people
5 point something billion.
Right. They're like the revenue. I'm like, it still has a ton of value. It doesn't matter. Like, if they're cash poor, that's a different thing. I know these people aren't cash poor. There might be some smaller fucking market teams that are struggling to pay bills because the managing of millions of dollars, but I don't think that's even true.
No, because none of it's their money.
True.
All it is money that they take out in loans.
That's like a third world soccer team.
Yeah. They take that shit out in loans based on the value of the team, and they use all that, and then they pay the loan off at the end of the year because they made all that money back. And then they're like, well, I only made $5 million this year. It's like, motherfucker, 99% of the world doesn't make $5 million in a lifetime, much less a year.
Well, and the breaking even in what? In current dollar currency? Like
whatever they're
what does that even mean anymore? Like, it's just like all debt, and
they all make
all
it
right.
up, yeah.
Wait. Speaking of breaking even, I just wanted to bring this up. I forgot. I was going to add it to the program today, but I forgot. There was an article that came out in Sports Illustrated either yesterday, maybe it was today. It says Cubs reportedly ready to get serious about Pete Crow Armstrong's future, right? And basically, the Cubs are less than a week away from the regular season, with fans as excited about this campaign, blah, 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 blah. They said a rumored extension talks between Cubs and PCA have been significant narrative throughout the offseason. But to this point, nothing has materialized. By the sounds of it, though, Chicago has not put their best offer on the table yet. And according to the story from John Hyman in New York Post, the organization is willing to go significantly higher than what they have put out there to this point. However, nothing is close to being finalized at this point because the $75 million offer they put in front of him, he denied. So let me ask you this. They're trying to lowball this player who they think might be the future of the organization and fuck around with him and piss him off so much that he doesn't want to sign with the team. Is that the strategy here? Now they're willing to get serious after they fucked around for a while. Like, isn't this how this shit usually blows up? And the players like, you know what? I'm just going to go to free agency because you guys are fucking
on the Dodgers. Yeah.
Because now I know. Oh, you didn't put your best. Just fucking give me an offer. Like everything doesn't have to be.
Well, and I love the fact that like Sports Illustrated knows that it's not the best offer. So his agents know it's not the best offer. It's like you walk up and you're going to buy a used car and you pull out $12,000 in hundreds and you're like,
from the ATM in the dealership that the owner gets, and he sees the receipt that you just took out $12,000.
Yeah, you literally they see how much money you have, and then you're like, "I'll give you $6,000."
Like,
yeah, exactly. Well,
I just don't know the purpose. So either they're bad at negotiating and they can't keep it close to their chest, which sucks too for the organization. But don't lowball everybody. Stop playing this game because it's how you miss out on players.
Yeah,
an opportunity. You're one of the richest organizations in all the sport. Fucking spend your money.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we got? What is Lyle picking up here? Like,
yeah, let's do it. All right.
Oh, I thought you were going to make him do Happen Swanson.
I wouldn't even know what to say.
The same thing. They're the same person.
No. Well, here we go.
Okay. Ricketts money going to ice.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You need to be on an FBI list after this.
Pitch clock. You have 30 seconds to pitch.
Why are you up? First of all, I am not Danny Rocket. I am the most handsome Lilaker. Listen, it makes it hard to root for teams sometimes because of this political bullshit. No matter which way you go, I'm sure from the other side. But fuck ICE, and I don't understand why any fucking ownership group who employs a ton of foreign players thinks that it's smart in any way or wants to get players to come to your organization is you give money to the secret police that are trying to drag people off the streets, put them in jail, and fucking disappear them. I think it's fucking, never mind the grotesqueness of ICE. Like, I'm going to try not to be too political about this, but the politics of baseball and the politics of trying to get people to your team, like, what's the plus side in this? What's the plan? Who thinks that's a good fucking idea? Who signed off on this? And how do you let something like this be public anyway? Like, it's again, dumb business by the Cubs, which Michael is always complaining about how they just don't operate well. And it's just dumb business. And thanks for 2016, guys. I appreciate it. But fuck you guys since then.
Yeah.
Fucking mega rig. Well, they talk about out of both sides of their mouths because they're using talent from all over the world. And Eugenio Suarez, who has, always been a Cubs killer, but I always wish he was on the Cubs because he does so well at Wrigley. But he was talking about what it meant for Venezuela to win, and he got his citizenship canceled. He was on his way to becoming a citizen, and this guy Jackson Bevins tweeted out, "You guys remember that time the U.S. canceled Eugenio Suarez's citizenship interview? Then he drove in the game-winning run to beat them in the WBC finals." Apparently his wife was able to get her citizenship or permanent residency, and he wasn't because of the rules changing right in the middle of all this shit. So, and he was very generous in the fact he's like, well, it's out of my control. There's nothing I can do. I'm just doing everything I can. But like, this is a lot of stress that you're asking these guys to be under, to be traveling around this country at a time when you could be arrested and thrown into a torture prison over the accent you may speak with,
and
that you can't
again, these
provide
players
documents.
are probably safe, but I worry about minor league players, especially lower levels. And for you to own a product that uses this population as your, to make your money, as these are the players that are playing in the organization, it's really fucking bad form. It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. We knocked a bunch off of there.
All right.
Least this
Let's
time.
rip this through. Let's go watch some basketball.
Yeah, let's go watch basketball. I do want to wish happy birthday to my childhood friend, Chris Zaha.
I love Chris Zaha.
Yeah, I love Chris Zaha too. He was having a birthday party tonight, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it out to the suburbs tonight. I'm wheelless. I got no car in the suburbs. You need a car, and I cannot afford gasoline any longer because of bullshit. But happy birthday to him. And I also want to invite everybody to come to see the Cuttlefish or the Hyrcanian Worldview. That is at Trapdoor Theater. It runs to the end of April, and it's Thursdays through Saturday. If anybody wants to go tomorrow, I could probably get you in for free. We got a bunch of reviewers coming, and like the first weekend's always like the worst weekend. After that, everybody wants to come the last week, and then we can't get people in. So come now, and you see it. So if anybody wants to come, I could probably get you in tomorrow. On March 28th, we will be protesting against all this bullshit that's making the gas expensive. And we're going to be joining the Lakeview No Kings rally. And that is on 2 days after opening day on March 28th. We're going to meet by Ball Hawk Corner, and we'll maybe march around Wrigley Field with signs, making a bunch of noise. Like I say, bring it to the Ricketts. We can stand on our side of the street and do whatever the fuck we want. Go to my mom's shrine. Anyway, hopefully some of you guys will come out. Either way, we'll go join the larger protest in Lakeview and hang out.
I hope you don't get arrested by ICE agents. I hope you get tackled and arrested by ballpark security.
By Wrigley security. Exactly. And also, we're going to shoot for Ranter Fest on June 20th, but I've not had a chance to deal with any of that. I'm going to sing the national anthem on June 27th, though. It's in South Bend. So we're going to try to, because I fucking actually love this country as opposed to some of yous. not on this fucking show.
Right.
You guys all love America. I could tell. Even though we didn't root for them in the WBC, but that's because they were acting like a bunch of hard asses, and I'm fucking sick of that shit. But I do smell something in the air. And
oh my God.
Smells like America.
It's nearly opening day. It's less than 1 week away. But first, I'd like to posit, I'm out of the closet. I am officially gay. You guys still accept me?
That is the worst kept secret in all of
I
mean,
duh.
in deity land, that is not. It's well known.
And of all the things that we wouldn't accept him, that is not it. It's the fact that he's got 6 armpits and each one smells worse than the next one. I wonder how many taints he has.
Well, because his robe blew up in a brief scene, and I was like, "Oh!"
I saw that.
He looked like a Ken doll. Maybe does it retract? Because I've seen it before, and it was impressive.
That reminds me of after our friend Adam died. Me and Lyle's great friend Adam died. Our old roommate. And when we went to Thanksgiving at his house, and his whole family was around, it was right after he got killed. And his mom stood up at Thanksgiving dinner, and she said, I want to welcome you all to the house. And for whatever reason, it was part of the speech. She's like, just so you know, Adam was gay. And all of us went, because it's like, dude, we know we were gay with Adam.
Yeah. he was the gayest person any of us had ever met.
Yeah, exactly. We're like, lady, if his family didn't know, well, I don't know. You're paging Helen Keller, party of, I don't know. Could not see what they were looking at. TFCs. I don't have anything.
Well,
mine's myself.
Yeah. I have first off, whose one is what's his Rosenthal?
Oh yeah, well that comes from the Discord.
Okay, cool. So I'll just put this out there because I threw the extra in there too. So out of the Discord, it's photoshopped, but it's very true. Ken Rosenthal
is short,
a little tiny guy trying to interview a very tall baseball player. That was from, we were talking about that the week before when he was talking to Aaron Judge, and Artie had said that he needs a milk crate so that he can stand there and talk to him. And look what Artie gave us. It's a milk crate with a bow tie. And it says, when you need to get yourself more centered into the frame while doing interviews.
Nice.
So
good.
So we'll need to get that to Ken Rosenthal.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'd love it. I liked this. This is another visual for the podcast listeners. It's this is from X. Cubby Memes put how Yadier Molina
it's
feels
a meatball. I missed it. It's a meatball.
Yeah, how manager Yadier Molina feels after losing to Italy in the semis, and it's that with the sticky chest protector, but the ball is a meatball. Yeah.
Why do we still not talk about that very much? Like, why was that not a bigger deal than it was?
Well, they're allowed to use some kind of sticky shit. I guess.
Some kind of dude. The ball stuck to his belly.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
insane.
Super glue.
It was absolutely wild, insane. And now that you put that up there, let me go to my TFC because it has something to do with that. This is the Cal Raleigh not shaking hands situation. And I found maybe the most gullible person on the internet out there. Banned But Why says, I was under the impression he didn't shake his hand because Randy had pine tar on his batting gloves and he didn't want the transfer. Are you kidding?
Carrying water.
He would have loved the transfer had he got the opportunity anyway.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If he could have taken that and put that on the ball for his pitcher, he would have, just like Yachty was taking that pine tar off of his chest protector and giving Cardinals pitchers a chance.
And then
Michael or Danny, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, here it is.
Offered without comment. I mean,
Palencia kissing that trophy.
Look at that. I mean, come on. This fucking guy right there. Like, look with the fucking beers and the goggles. Like, it's a work of art. It's beautiful.
Yeah, he's got 2 Budweisers stuck in his ski goggles. He's got his medal around his neck and he's kissing the trophy wearing a blue tank top.
It was also nice to see that the Venezuela team went and visited their former president as he was in jail. I saw this. Kevin posted this in the Discord. Pretty hilarious.
Pretty great.
I like how AI could not decide on what hat they wanted the team to wear.
Right.
Yeah. It's very strange. AI makes weird choices, and it'll make even weirder choices when it actually fights the wars for us. We'll see if I'm good down in this basement, though.
You're fucked.
No, I'm good.
Chicago's near the top of the list, buddy.
Corey Furlong says that wasn't pine tar. That's why they call him Big Dumper.
Yikes.
Jesus.
And I just had one. Oh no, I had 2 more. This one was kind of funny. Is Bob Nightingale at it again. He says reliever Jeff Hoffman replaces Clayton Kershaw on the USA roster, and Matt Swieshik says it's Trevor Hoffman.
Yeah. Imagine being that bad at your job and getting paid, because I think we're probably that bad, but we don't get paid. We would be better if we got paid.
Well, the thing is that's weird is that Trevor Hoffman hasn't pitched since 2010.
Yeah.
So I think it really was Jeff Hoffman.
Oh, the guy talking back. Oh,
yeah. No, Trevor Hoffman hasn't pitched since 2010. I was making fun of the guy.
who was correcting him with the wrong info. Well, that's
Correct.
great because I just look like an idiot because I've never heard of Jeff Hoffman in my fucking life. I did know who Trevor Hoffman was though. So.
Yeah, but you're like, oh, did he make it? Did he come back to play WBC? Like that would
Yeah,
not be
I
it
guess he
without-
Well, by the
retired
way,
in like 2012.
He probably
right?
came into the league the same year as Clayton Kershaw, so who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then I had one more, and this was funny. This is about that Navy SEAL. I don't know if the Navy SEAL that went and the one that killed bin Laden, that guy was caught also.
The one that claims he kills bin Laden, his teammates seem to maybe think that's not true.
Well, this guy is out there big time, and he's always, talking to locker rooms apparently, and I don't know, probably high schools. But this guy, he
Come
was
and join us. Kill
he
with
was
me.
he was also out there during the Kamala Harris campaign when there was these guys who voted, like these young men who voted for Kamala Harris, and he retweeted them and he said something about making he would make them his concubines. These young men who voted for. Do you remember this? This was like a story at the time that this guy who killed bin Laden said he was going to make these young men who voted for Kamala Harris his concubines. I'm like, does this guy know what concubine means?
Right. I do not think you know what that word means.
Yeah. So anyway, somebody, I tried to explain it for this because somebody photoshopped this, Robert J. O'Neill, who is that guy, saying about Team USA being eliminated. You're not men, you're boys. If there was no social media, you would be my concubines. So that's exactly what he said about the boys who voted for Kamala.
So is he saying, that's like the internet equivalent of hold me back. You're lucky my friends are here keeping me from making you my concubine. If there wasn't social media, I'd be fucking all of you whenever I wanted. Like,
Was it his clever way of saying I'm going to make you my bitch, but it doesn't really translate the same way because the colloquialism is just a little different with I'll make you my bitch. People don't think of it as such a sexual way, even though it is. I don't know.
It just didn't make any sense
didn't work
on any level.
Yeah. Concubine is just like such a weird way to put it too. And then it's kind of tracks with like how these guys are now. Because they want to bring us, they're not trying to bring us back to just like 100 years ago. They're trying to go back like 2,500 years ago. Like, they're like, we should build more pyramids.
Put us in shackles. Let's put everybody in shackles and build monuments to ourselves.
Yeah. Sounds like fun, right?
Yeah. Oh, God.
It's so annoying.
Well, on that note, I'm going to go watch the basketball.
Let's hashtag chance in the chat. It's your last chance to get in the chance. And I will give away a chance postcard sent to you by me with a message of love and doom. Here we go. Round and round she goes. Someone's going to win.
A lot of people for 3:00 on a Friday.
Not bad. Mr. Fourth Row, Artie Boucher is the wiener. Congratulations. By wiener, I meant winner.
Yeah, and you probably owe him a whole milk crate full of
wieners.
Of wieners. Sure. Of postcards by now. I know Dominic Galoro said that he still hasn't gotten his postcards.
That's horseshit, Dan.
Well, he should work harder in delivering it to himself.
That's fair.
No, I have actually this is my first day, quote unquote, off, even though I worked all day. But I've been at the theater every night. So now it's baseball season until I have to do another show.
There you go.
So, anyway, Spagog, everybody. I guess that is the show. Enjoy your basketball tournaments, everybody.
Yep.
Spagog!
And luckily, the women play tomorrow at 3, not today at 3, like I thought. Spagog, go Hawks!
It's opening day. Time to start again. It's opening day. It's the season when we turn the lights back on. Winter has gone away. It's opening day. Come down to the park. It's opening sunshine for the darkness, turn the lights back on, because it's time to play. It's opening day, lining up the team, it's opening day. On a field of dreams, you turn the lights back on. Winter's a long, hard way. For opening day. Turn the lights back on, lights back on. Winter's a long, hard way. For opening day. Summer in the sun, it's opening day. Come out, everyone, and turn the lights back on. We are all in first place on opening day. You turn the lights back on, lights back on. Winter's long.